Hey everybody, this is Frillyoff and welcome to another Minecraft episode on the Frillcraft server. Right, I've got myself a bit of a collection of horses now, and they're spread all over the place. I've got a few here, and I've got a couple back at my base, which is no good at all, really, because I want them all over here. But before I can bring them all over here and start whittling them down and getting some decent ones sorted out, and letting the undesirable ones go back off into the wild, maybe. I need to create some kind of stables area, some sort of holding area for them. So that's what I want to do today. I want to knock up a stable just behind me there. So if I grab myself a bit of materials, what have I got? And I need some wood, obviously. It's going to be redstoney because that's what I enjoy doing. So I've got some pistons. I've been over back to the farm and I've got myself some hay, made some hay bales out of the wheat that was over there, so that's that sorted. I've got my observers. I have created an automatic stable kind of facility back in the base, back in the Frill Cave, but it was back in the day when there weren't any observers, and I was looking at the redstone behind it just the other day, and it's very messy, so I didn't want to do that again. I wanted to create something kind of new. So if we start it, where do we start it? If we start it there, and then we can have sort of that kind of thing. Is that going to be too big? It'll be okay there, won't it? And then we'll have the entrance here. Probably some wheat storage, hay bale storage at the top, and then as we go in, is that going to be wide enough? Or do I need it wider? We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. If I've got to move it back, I'll have to move it back. So what I want, let me get my shovel out. I don't want you complaining I'm not using my shovel. What I want is this to be automated sort of thing. So if I grab myself a couple of pistons, I'm not going to be using my shovel all the time. I can't flick from one to the other as quick as some people can. So I'm just not going to do it. We have that there like that. And get a bit of redstone on here, on the go, as you do. I'm going to run out of redstone, I know I am, but hey ho, right, we'll have a bit of redstone there, and there. So whenever that is powered, these blocks are going to go up. And the idea, I've put my sword away, and you know I'm going to need it. That there. This is where the horsey is going to be standing most of the time, in here. And what I want to happen is you ride in on your horse, and that activates a tripwire hook that's going to be above your head, and those two blocks there pop up. So then you can climb off your horse and walk through the middle of the two blocks, but your horse can't get out. It works in my head. However, I'm not building this in my head, am I? So we have that there, and there, and yeah. Like that. I did think about having the tripwire hooks built into the wall, because at the moment when you put a bit of string on that, the only bit that's going to work is the bit in the middle, so you have to walk into the stable pretty much in the middle. If you come over here, it's not going to work, and if you go over here, it's not going to work. You have to be bang in the middle for it to work. But if I did that, that would mean all of the redstone comes out an extra couple of blocks on this side. It would come out an extra couple of blocks on this side. And that would just make it too big. It just didn't look right. So consequently, I'm not going to do it like that. You'll have to trust me. And it's going to look very plain at the moment until I do work something out. So we want that like that. I'm going to need a bit of redstone dust there. So when I activate the tripwire, that bit of dust is going to be powered, which is what I need. I'm going to need now a pulse limiter like that, and a repeater. Have I got one? I've got one. And a repeater here. So now every time that bit of string is activated, there's going to be a really rapid, really quick pulse go through that repeater. Like that. You see it? Of course you can see it. So now I need an observer block, which is going to take advantage of that really quick signal. Just there. And then I'm going to need another sticky piston and a block like that. Now I'm hoping that once that is activated, that block is going to the piston is going to receive a 1 tick pulse. It's going to push the block down and then let it go, and it does. Perfect. So now I just need to dig out a little bit of dirt using my new redstone shovel and find that wire. There's the wire. There it is. And then I just need to put a bit more redstone wire down, linking to, where would it be? Just to there, wouldn't it? Like that. So now, let me put my dirt back because I don't need that now. So now, when I ride in there on my horse, in fact, I'm going to ride in there on my horse. Instead of talking about it. Come on then, fella. So I've been out for a long ride. I come in on my horse. And there you go. That pops up. Now, obviously, there's going to be something across the top. Otherwise, he's just going to jump straight out. But then when you want to go back on your horse, you've been away, you come back, you want to go on your horse, you just jump on your horse. The hay blocks go down and you're off and running. Having a bit of fun on your horse. Woo-hey! Riding back into the stables. And off you go. That is perfect. You see, at the moment, he's just going to jump off and do that. Because he's a bad horse. Bad horse. I don't mean it. You're a good horse, really. Aww. Good horse. Okay, so that's that. So I need to do before I was going to say I need to do that another 6 times. I'm going to be putting 3 stables down one side, 3 down the other. But before I do any of that, I need to purdy it up a little bit, don't I? Have I got any dirt? I don't really have any dirt on me anyway. What else have I got? Oh, it's getting dark. I ain't going to be able to get into bed either. I need some of them. I need some of them. I probably need some slabs as well. Looks like I might have to make those. How can I not go to sleep? I'd never be able to get to sleep if I had a chicken there looking at me like that. However, so if I have some slabs over there, like that. I'm not going to take damage when I go in, I don't think. Again, I'm thinking when I've got a perfectly good horse over here. You can jump for miles. Maybe that's a little bit too low. Maybe I don't need you that low, do I? Maybe I should have done... Maybe I should have made this before I started playing with it, rather than doing it now. However, hey-ho. Yeah, that's probably a better height. Can you jump through there? You can't get through there, can you? You can't get through there. Okay, that's much better. So now, get on my horse. Off I go. Finished. Excellent. Okie dokie. Right, some dirt. I'm not good at building, and I've told you this 1,001 times. I'm not great at building. So I'm just going to have to suck it and see. And by the end of it, you boys are going to be saying, or you boys and girls are going to be saying, my God, Phils, that looks awful. And you'll quite probably be right. However, I'm not going to care. Because I don't claim to be a very good builder. I'm probably going to need a bit of light in there. This is where the back wall is going to be. Again, this is going to look plain. But at the moment it'll have to do. That there. I'm probably going to need to light this up as well, just a little bit inside. Don't want things spawning inside, do I? And there's a bit of redstone in there. You know what I'm like with flashing redstone. I've definitely got to do something with that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'll do something with that in a bit. And then we'll probably have... Don't know. I'm gonna try and work on this. Oh, I have to work on this off camera. I don't like doing that because I know some of you guys like watching me build, although I'm not good at it. Right, so that's the basic gist of it. I'm going to purdy it up a little bit and put a bit of coarse dirt down at the front. And once I've got one that I'm happy with and it looks okay, then I'll do it for the remaining 5 of them. But there's no point building those yet until I've got it looking purdy. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I've done a little bit of building. I've little bit of finishing off. I've put a mezzanine floor over the top of it. That's like going to be the first floor. That's where all the wheat's going to be stored. All the bales of hay. It's going to be. Let's grab a couple of these fellas and put them down here. So they're going to be sort of in here. That sort of thing, you know what I mean? That, you know, you've seen it before. So it's going to be in here, and you're going to be able to see it from out the front. It's probably going to go up a few more blocks. Oh! So that's going to go up there like that, and then I'm going to put some kind of roof over the top of it, a pitched roof, and then it's going to be a slanted roof with slabs going down the left hand side. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm reasonably happy with this in here. It's plain. I might change some of the wood at the back. I might put a different coloured wood in, but that's aesthetics. I can mess about with that later on. I don't know whether to put any lighting. I can't really put lighting behind the back of there. I've got a bit of glowstone in there, so that's enough light in there. I think if I go in here now and check my lighting here is no lower than 10. So that's more than enough. I'm going to be putting some lights on the outside. I'm probably going to put those in picture frames with anvils on them and stuff like that to make them look like lamps on the wall. Proper, you know what I mean. I'll show you when I've done it. But I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Now what I do as a rule when I'm making videos, I tend to record about 30 minutes worth of video, and then I go back and I render it. I don't render it. I mess about with it in my video software editing program. And while I was doing it, I'm sat there watching myself do this redstone, and I suddenly realised, why am I putting an observer on there when I don't need one? It's just one of those things. At the time, it seemed like I needed one. When I'm watching myself do it, it was very obvious that I didn't. So I don't need an observer there, because that pulse is quick enough. That gives off a 1-tick pulse, which is quick enough to power that piston to leave the redstone block behind. So you don't need an observer on there. It works without it. Like that. So I'm going to put another 2 there and another 3 down this side. And then we'll have another quick look before I put the roof on and everything. Okay, so this is where we are so far. I've put the 6 stable... What would you call them? Well, I suppose you call them stables, wouldn't you, really? I put the horse box kind of things, 6 of them. 3 down this side, 3 down this side, as we said. There's also now some storage at the top. I need to put a couple of blocks in. I can't believe I've missed those. Is that right? That's right, isn't it? So we've got a couple of blocks in here and some ladders to allow you to get up to the top to get any hay bales, if you want to get some hay bales and throw them down for the horses. Some windows up here for you to look through. I don't know whether to replace those with glass, actually. Thinking about it. I'll have a think about that. And then there's going to be a pitch roof over the top. Oh. So we'll just have a look at that. Look at that design. What I'm going to go with is like a slope down on either side. Quite a steady slope with a slight overhang of a slab. And then the wall is going to run obviously all the way down the side of it. You're not going to be able to see in. I don't think there's just no way of being able to see through to the horses without seeing all of the redstone. So this entire wall that runs... Don't I have any blocks on there? Oh, but the entire wall is going to run all the way down here. It's going to look boring. Give me some clues as to how to make it look boring without saying, oh, just put different kinds of wood in it, or put a bit of stone in it, or give it a bit of texture by making it stand out. Oh, there's got to be a better way of doing it than that. Anyway, at the back, I'm probably not going to have a window at the back, although I might do. I don't know though. And this is, you're going to come out of the back of the stables, and this is going to be where the horse jump testing area is going to be. So I'm going to have some fences around here, and then the racetrack is probably going to go all the way around the back and down there and back again. Although I don't know whether to have a racetrack. Maybe I will invite people over to have a bit of a race with me. And then the pitch roof at the top, as you can see, that's going to go from front to back. That's going to go all the way around the length of the building. And then there's a bit of a balcony there, and there's a bit of a winch, so you can get some of the hay bales up to the top and a few hay bales around the sides. So that's the basic design. What I need to do now, I need to get some more coarse dirt because I have none. So I'm going to run off and I'm going to get some more gravel. And now I'm going to run off and I'm going to grab a bit of podzol. And now I've got all of that, I'm going to just put a line of, I'm probably going to put, yeah, I'm probably going to fill, I was thinking of leaving a bit of grass in here. Maybe I'll just leave the odd bit of, oh, you don't, do you though? It's all sawdust and coarse dirt and stuff. I've never been inside a real stable. Would you believe it? I live in the countryside and I've never been inside a stable. I'm going to fill it all with coarse dirt until I'm told otherwise. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to put the roof on and I'll be back in a second. Okay, everybody, here it is. This is the stable. And I think it looks pretty spiffing. Really, it's going to get dark again any minute. Yes, it looks a little plain. Yes, I'm probably going to put something on the outside of it. At the moment, I'm not though. I think it looks okay. So I've stuck a few hay bales down the sides and there's the hay bale storage at the top. I've lowered that and you may or may not be able to tell, but the ceiling here, this mezzanine floor, was one block further up, but it just squashed the storage area down a little bit too much, which I didn't think it looked very good. So I lowered the mez floor down one block. It looks a bit squat though, doesn't it? It looks a bit flat and a little bit wide, but it is what it is. I think it looks great myself, and I've got one of the horses in there at the moment. I've got some pressure plates on the floor to open the gates. We've got some access up to the mez floor, up to the storage area where the hay bales are. I've put myself in some lighting, which I think looks pretty spiffing. Nice fresh water at the back for the horses to drink after a hard, where they've been out exercising and jumping and racing and everything. I don't know whether you guys know how to do this, so I'll show you anyway because I think it looks great. So if I just pop those off, all it is a torch, a picture frame, an item frame and a slab. So if you put your torch on the wall and then you look to the side of it, not directly at the torch but at the block, and put a item frame over the top of it, and then carry on looking not at the torch but just to the side of the torch on the item frame, and then place down the slab, you get that effect. And you can use stone slabs in there if you want to, but I just think that the wood slabs keeps in with the theme. So I guess all I have to do now, oh, one thing, last thing, as I was building it, they're sideable, is that the right word? You can either have the mechanism on the left or the right, and I had them all down the same side. I had them all on the right, so I've got the input just behind the back of that sticky piston there, and then the comparator, then the repeater, and then the block, and the same there. I had that here as well, but it made this wall stick out one too far. But fortunately, because it's such a fantastic design, I'm able to just switch it over. So now the wall comes out the same distance as it does on the other side. But I just thought I'd show you that before I blocked it all off. So let me just block it all off. Might stick a bit of hay down here if I've got any in my inventory. I've used most of it. I've got a little bit left, haven't I? Yeah. Couple there. A few there. And a few there. That's excellent. I am very happy with that. To say that I can't build for toffee, I don't think that came out too bad. So let me just grab the horses now and get them in there. I've got little name. Come on, I know you can't jump. You're not a jumper. It's a good job you were the first horse I got. I have got some signs above the horses, so I will name them when I get around to doing it. Is that good or what? I am going to have to get a few more saddles, but I've got to go back to my base anyway. I don't remember having you in there. Have you just bred by any chance? But as I say, some of these horses are going to be released, shall we say, in a little while anyway. Oh, come on. That's going to cause me a problem if I can't take the... Can you take a saddle off a horse without riding it? Can you look at a horse and take the saddle off of it without having to climb onto it? Because that's going to cause me a problem if you can't. Ah, that's why you were the little baby horse, weren't you? You were the little baby foal the last time. But yeah, you're not trained. No wonder you haven't got a saddle on. Do you love me? Can I not... I was wondering whether or not I could tame you if you were all penned up. You don't like it, do you? Come on. I ain't got all day, you know. Got better things to be doing than trying to tame you. Can you tame them in a confined space? I'm going to try once more and then I'm going to leave you here. Ah, oh, you did it just as I was on my way. Good girl, good thing, good horse. You can't jump either, can you? Can't jump for toffee. Oh, I need some food as well. This is hungry work, this is, all this building. Now, do you love me, fella? Are you one that I've already tamed? Oh, you are, yeah. Good horse. No, you can't jump either, can you? I've got some choice horses, I have. I've got some proper horses. You can jump a little bit better, I guess. Not great though, are you? Not to worry. So there you have it, everybody. I am very happy with the way this turned out. So now we've got to stop whittling down our horses. Or, potentially, there's no reason why I can't extend the stables on a little bit further if we decide to have more than 6 horses. So I think we'll call it a day for today, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. If you have enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to leave it a like. And if you've really loved it, don't forget to subscribe for future videos. This is Frilly off with my horses, and I'm out of here.